It's Kurt. I just wanted to say that one, I got my needles, so I'm now drawing up appropriately, and I'm giving myself my full dose. Although I started bleeding profusely when I gave myself my shot today, so I didn't want to post that. It was like gushing blood. Um, and I had to stand up, and I wasn't packed, so it looks like I don't have a big cock, and I obviously do. Um, I just wanted to make this video say I'm going to start commenting on comments. I've started looking at my YouTube videos, and I'm very happy that not many people have seen it. But I'm going to start commenting on comments. I don't check my email. I still don't. So if you've tried to send me an email, I put a while ago that you could send me an email. I haven't checked, but I'm going to start commenting on comments. So if you want to put them on new videos and comment to me, I'll respond. Um, uh, some commenting on comments that I want to do, comments that I saw, I responded to these, but just a nice comment someone left me on my non-determinism equals determinism video is he said, "You make some great points, keep it up." And I said thank you. It made my day, that comment. So thank you very much, sir. I'll try to keep it up. I'll try to be less angry too. But it's really absurd that you guys think that NP is not equal to P. That's how I feel. It's also absurd that you think it's okay to label babies with gender markers, but whatever. Um, I can keep having these opinions. I'm gonna keep having these opinions because they're my opinions and I want to have them. Um, some comments where I think people left them without knowing me. They said that I hate men on my Spider Man video because I wanted a trans male Spider Man and not a trans woman Spider Man. First thing I want to say is when posting this, I probably should have mentioned that the current Spider-Mans could technically be trans male Spider-Mans. There's nothing saying that they aren't, which is why I purport that Harry Potter is a trans man that was able to get his puberty with magic. Um, but Jenny was a trans woman. Um, but that's not really. It's not the point. I just wanted trans. I think it would be cool to contrast trans puberty or have a juxtaposition between trans puberty and spider puberty. And I'm fine if it's a trans woman. It came fully from my ego that I wanted it to be a trans man because um, I'm a trans man and I could see myself in a trans man Spider Man, and that would be cool. But I don't care if he's a white trans male Spider Man. I just would like a trans Spider Man so that I could feel like I was him in some sense. I don't I don't know. Like it was purely from my ego. I'm sorry that I have an ego sometimes. I'm trying to not have one. And if you want a trans female Spider Man, why not just make them T for T and put them in the universe together? I'm fine with that. Like it's not that. That's not the point I was going for. I just was excited for a trans male Spider Man because I'm a trans male. Um, I like I said, Gwen's already a trans female spider. I mean, she could be trans female, but she's already a female Spider Man. They already have a female Spider Man. You can make Miles a trans male Spider Man. Like anyone could be a trans man. It doesn't matter. You can make Peter a trans man Spider Man. It don't matter none. You could make Doc Ock a trans male villain. I mean, just to be in the universe. Like I said, I was fine with Draco Malfoy being a trans man. That's fine with me. Um, I don't care if we're evil. I think J.K. Rowling would probably make Draco a trans male over making Harry one, but she likes to make trans people evil. Um, but I don't care. It don't matter to me. I just would like to see more trans culture represented in the media. That's what I was going at. doesn't matter. The gender doesn't matter to me. Um, but uh, I really want people to know that I really don't hate women. And I'm not a man because I hate women. Like, I'm a man because I'm a man. I really would like to be a woman because then I would be a cis woman in my body and people would understand me and I wouldn't have to upset so many people by saying I'm myself. Like, it would be great. Like, I'm a people pleaser, so I would love to be a woman. And it's not the only reason why I would love to be a woman. I think that women are the future. I think that women are nice and just as capable as everyone else. Um I think women are very intelligent and should be involved in all um, conversations conversations of intellectual and otherwise. Um, I have nothing against women. I think women have a hard time in the media. I understand why J.K. Rowling kind of is a turf because she tried to get published under her real name for so long and they didn't publish her until she made her name gender neutral. So I totally I understand why J.K. Rowling is coming where J.K. Rowling is coming from. Do I think that that fear is necessary on her part? No. Do I think that if J.K. Rowling sat down with some trans people, she could come to see who we are? I don't know. Um, but I think she's just afraid uh, because she's already in such a vulnerable place. Like I said, they wouldn't even publish her under her real name. So I understand where she's coming from. Um, and so I understand why TERFs exist. I get it. Um, but trans women are women too. And you'll see trans women are as real women. And if we continue to perpetuate the patriarchy, they're going to be affected by it too. Trans women are already affected by the patriarchy. That's why so many trans women do sex work in order to get by, because they're only viewed as sex objects in our society. So, like, trans women see the same shit that you ladies do, cis women. And they have to feed into the same femininity that puts you in a box where you're just a subservient of the male. They have to go through that same thing. I'd argue that their time is a little bit more rough because they have to pretend like they're something that they aren't for so long in their life. And then once they finally figure out who they are, everyone and their brother is trying to tell them that they're fucking insane. But I would say that it's totally different than the oppression that being raised in femininity and being told that you are not as intelligent, not as capable, um, only important for your beauty and nothing else. I that is that's hard. I get it. I've been through it. So you have to realize that people can have different types of oppression, go through different types of suffering, but it doesn't take away from your suffering. They're just trying to say, hey, I went through this shit and I would like to be respected just as much as you. And that's fine. We can all want respect and try to push for it. And I understand that women don't get lots of respect. And I love women, not just as sexual objects, but as just to discuss with women is amazing because they view the world in a lot, in a very cool way. Most women do. I love talking to women. They gossip a lot, but so do men. Um, so please don't call me a woman hater, because if you were to talk to me for some time, you would come to see that I'm clearly not one. Um, I'm definitely not a woman hater. Uh, if anything, I'm a man hater, and I'm sorry to all my fellow men that I hate masculinity so much. I'm sorry about that. I am truly sorry that I sometimes hate men so much, including myself. Like, full of self hate, this one. Um, but I think all hate is self hate, so do what you will with that. Anyway, all I want to say is leave me a comment in the comments. I'll reply to you. I love to talk to some of the people that are watching my videos. Not many people are, but that's fine. I that's not really the point. Um, I just want to share what I'm thinking, and um, if you want to call me a woman hater, I guess that's fine. But it's definitely not true. Most of my friends are women, and it's not saying like most of my friends are like that's really saying like every single friend that I have was born XX. Like for the most part. So I'm definitely not a woman hater. I definitely get along with women. Am I sometimes sexist and I catch myself? Yes. I think everyone is. Um but I catch myself. Sometimes I do things that I am not a fan of and they're done and I can't take them back. Guess that's what determinism is. But it's really annoying. It's starting to get really annoying because I did something Friday night this weekend that I shouldn't have done. I don't know why I did it. And I can't tell you what possessed me to do it. And while I was doing it, I was like, I'm going to hate myself for doing this. And I'm still going to do it. It was about something for work. But I did it. And as soon as I did it, I was like, what the fuck did you do, Kurt? Like, what the fuck did you just do? That makes no sense. And all I can blame it on is strict determinism because I have no, I have no, I, so I'm not perfect. I'm not purporting to be. But I can tell you that I don't hate anyone. I don't hate the Nazis. I don't hate the Trump supporters. I don't hate women. I don't hate men. I sometimes get frustrated with men and Trump supporters, but I don't hate them. I still love them. So stop calling me a woman hater because I definitely always love women. The only ones that I get frustrated with sometimes are the TERFs. And that's just because they don't understand that we can have separate suffering but still both be women and still want respect. I'm not a woman. I'm a man. But if you started a queer feminist movement, I would be in that bubble. I'm already a feminist, like, but I think we should make it queer feminism and kind of conjoin the two activities. Just because if we stop labeling babies with gender markers, I think we can bring the patriarchy down. Because you'd make the patriarchy philosophically impossible for people to come about from a indoctrination perspective. You wouldn't be able to indoctrinate the youth into patriarchy if you got rid of gender markers at birth. So I think that if we take our two revolutions and bring them together, we can smash the patriarchy. Hulk smash. Anyway, I'm trying for what you're doing. I'm taking a roundabout way to get there, but I understand female oppression. Um, I'm not telling you that it doesn't exist, and I value your opinion, and I'll try to take it into consideration by talking more about women's rights and the women's rights movement